25 when you wake up as early as we do, a great way to cope can be a nice cup of coffee.
And what's the last time, though, you traced a bean's origins all the way into your cup? When's the last time you did that?
No, not very often. I didn't know this, but most coffee produced around the world comes from Brazil, from Vietnam, and from Colombia. There are two main types of coffee plants, the Robusta coffee and the Arabica coffee.
Arabica coffee.
I hope I'm saying those right. The two plants produce different flavor profiles, and they're grown in two different areas of the world.
So we've got a special guest here. Jair Carvajalino owns Notre Coffee.
Norte.
Norte.
Yeah,
Which is based out of Buffalo.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us,
Thank
Jair.
you guys. Thank you guys
We
for
appreciate.
inviting
We're
us.
all
Yeah.
looking for. We've already learned so much during the commercial break about coffee. You're here to tell us a little bit about the path of how the bean gets from the
Your
hillside
family's farm,
to
yeah.
here.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. Yeah, coffee is something that requires a lot of labor, a lot of patience, and a lot of time too. Actually, when I was starting the business, one of the things that drove me about starting it was that aspect, the traceability of it, being able to educate people, show people where it comes from, how it gets produced, and the people behind it. Because like you said, we don't know much about the coffee. For us, it's just a final drink, a final product that we get at a coffee shop,
Yep.
or a bag that we get at a market. So yeah, my operation is based out of Colombia. I'm a third-generation coffee farmer. We have about 25 acres of land down there, 50,000 coffee trees. My family runs the farm. The name of the farm is Finca Paramitos, which means Little Cloud Forest. That's because of the altitude. It's 7,000 feet above sea level. Like you said, Megan, there are a lot of variations that go into coffee. You have the Arabicas, you have the Robustas, but within those two branches, there are a lot of types and varieties and distinctions between the coffee itself.
The little red pods that we were seeing, does that one little red pod here equal one coffee bean?
Yes.
Pardon
and
my ignorance.
Yes.
I didn't know that they were this color or that they even grew like this. I guess I never really gave it any thought.
Do you know it's a fruit?
Okay, no, I didn't.
know that either.
So coffee is technically a fruit. So what you are seeing there is a cherry. That is what you end up picking from the tree. And that redness shows you when it is fully developed. So everything that we do in our farm, especially in Colombia, is done by hand. It's very labor intense. And yes, eventually that little cherry will become the roasted bean that you end up getting.
So a lot of us of a certain age, I have visions of Juan Valdez and on the donkey in the mountainside because that was a big thing when I grew up. Is that realistic at all, or is that?
That's how your relatives did it, right?
Yeah, so Juan Valdez was my grandpa. I'm kidding. He wasn't my grandpa, but...
You shouldn't have said you're kidding, because I would have said, I met Juan Valdez.
Yeah.
Grandson.
But Juan Valdez was this character that the National Coffee Association in Colombia came up with to represent coffee farmers.
And to just kind of give
Yes.
people an
Yes.
idea of how it works.
My grandpa, he lived up to 100 years old.
Wow.
And he was a coffee carrier. So one of the things that he used to do at the farm was exactly what Juan Valdez did. He had his mules, and his job was to take the coffee from his farm to the nearest town. If you go to South America or Colombia, you're going to see a lot of places that don't have the infrastructure yet, the roads.
Yeah.
So you cannot drive cars, So back in the day, it was very typical to see, very common to see all these farmers loaded, with the mules loaded, bringing their coffee to the nearest town.
Jair, let me ask you, how long does it take from when a plant is planted to when the fruit is picked?
It could take up to 3 years for that tree to be fully maturing, to be fully producing. It varies too by the type of plant, the coffee tree that you're planting. Like I said, there's Robusta, there is Arabica. It varies too by the type of soil that you have, the type of sunlight that area is getting to, whether if it's shade grown too, other external things like pests, things like that. But generally speaking, between 2 and 3 years, it takes for you to start to see
fruit.
those red cherries
So
coming
you
out
took
of
us
the plant.
through the bean process. You
Yeah,
just
and
asked
then
about the
how
roasting.
long does it take
Yeah.
until we get to the bean?
So
there.
now this is just happening in Colombia, in my case in Colombia, you know. But then there is a process of harvesting, which is waiting for those red cherries to be ready, and that's when the pickers goes to the tree and collects that. There is a milling process that happens, whether if it's a wet process or a dry process. There is a drying process, can be done by sunlight, or there is other equipment that facilitates that
Right,
process
sure.
too. There is a process of sorting, selecting the best green beans that we used to bring to the States. Some of that process gets done by hand. Like I said, it's because it's handcrafted. And ultimately, it gets shipped to the port. In our case, it's Cartagena in the northwest side of Colombia. And finally gets shipped to the States. Our coffee goes all the way up to New York on a big cargo ship. It gets unloaded there, and then we bring it to Minnesota, semi-truck, train, different transportation methods. And once it gets to Buffalo, which is where we do the roasting, we weekly roast and sell through different channels as farmers markets, online, grocery stores. Yeah.
So why Buffalo? I'll just ask you that really quick.
I don't know. I happened to meet this great guy who does the roasting for me. He's been doing it for 30 years, so we team up, and the process gets done there. It's a nice area too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Zaire, thank you
Almost
so
out of
much.
time. I wanna
Before we
try
go, we're gonna have
some.
it. Yeah, Megan, we need a drink.
So I brought some coffee to make. Just very quick. This is a cold brew, which started as a seasonal drink in the summertime, but nowadays is very common. People drink it all. So number one, you start with Norte Cafe Roasters coffee. You can buy it at nortecafe.shop. We have the coarse coffee there. 1 cup. We're adding 4 cups of water. You let it steep for about a day, and then the next day, all you have to do is
whole
separate
day,
the
okay.
Strain
grounds.
it, yeah.
Yeah, strain it. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
you gents try these.
Yeah.
Zaire, thank you
Ladies
so
first.
much. We
Here you go.
appreciate you stopping by.
I'll take this
We
one.
got to get going, but if you'd like to check out Norte Coffee for yourself, just head to minnesotalive.com and we'll put a link there for you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Don't even need sugar with this.
Nope.
Very good.
As good as it is.